tutorial. I am now producing AdLab episode 11, the promo ad. I have already uploaded and recorded the soundtrack. The soundtrack is already there. This one I just copy pasted it from the previous episode 6. So with this tutorial, I just wanted to show my thinking process behind creating like a promo ad for a podcast, right? So whatever I have here on my timeline, I have already chosen the sort of the jingle. It's called Vintage Invasion. You can find that on your audios. And then over here, I just have some percussion sounds. I think we might add some more, so that is also going to be on the tutorial. And then this is just the main meat of the promo ad, and it goes like this.
Episode 11 of Digital AdLab is live, and this time we are breaking down the most accountable form of advertising ever created: direct response marketing. Learn how Ogilvy and Martha used direct mail to sell everything from 25-cent flower seeds to $750,000 jets, and what Kenyan businesses can do with that same principle today. Whether you're selling peanut butter in Nairobi, running an SME cafe, or scaling an East African brand, direct response is
So what I'm doing is I'm just mapping out. I like mapping out in sections where like I want to change the visual, because I came to realize that for promo ads, or rather for like ads, especially if you're doing something small scale like this, you don't need to bombard people with visuals every second. Like 1 second you're seeing something and then the next second you're seeing something else. It kind of kills the flow. And that's why having a VO or a voiceover is always very, very important. Because even just with a voiceover and just the flyer for the episode, it's good to go. But since we are doing something more, because we'll be running ads, that's why we are taking a little bit more time over here. So
running an SME cafe or scaling an East African brand, direct response.
So I just want a fresh screen to come when I'm saying direct response.
Or scaling an East African brand, direct response.
So it starts somewhere here. Just with hopes and prayers, adjust that a bit. Right. And this will say
direct response is the playbook that shows you exactly how to turn ads into sales. This is the episode.
So we're going to increase it a little bit, because we'll have more words.
That shows you exactly how to turn ads into sales. This is the episode where theory meets proof and where your shilling in marketing finally has to justify itself. Listen to episode.
Okay, so it means we're going to add a new visual. Just going to delete that page. I'm going to add a new visual before we get to the final one.
This is the episode where theory meets proof and where your shilling in marketing finally has to justify itself.
So until I finish that about the marketing justifying itself, like that.
It's proof and where your shilling in marketing finally has to justify itself. Listen to episode 11 of AdLabs to understand how impactful direct response marketing is.
So I've kind of like mapped out exactly where I want the visuals to change. And if you check over here, we have like it's going to be 12 blocks. I call them blocks. So with this one, you have already mapped out exactly where the visuals are going to change, and it's that simple. So now what we are going to do is now change content by content. So for example, this is how it starts.
Episode 11 of.
So I'm just going to change this into episode 11.
Digital AdLab is live.
So we need one this one needs to read the name of the podcast. Oh, it's already here. So episode 11.
Episode 11 of Digital AdLab is live.
So I'm going to increase here so that it matches. The voiceover matches.
Episode 11 of Digital AdLab is live, and this time,
yeah, especially for us who are guessing, if we don't have precise timings.
Episode 11 of Digital AdLab is live, and this time we are breaking down the most accountable form of advertising.
So here's the most accountable form of advertising. So you can just write most accountable and then English teachers, this is just what is it called? It's an ad. So English, what is it called? English grammar does not apply here, okay? So, because you're just trying to match visuals with the sound, but you're not trying to match every word with whatever the viewer is showing. The visual is to just keep them hooked to be looking at something. The most important thing is the voiceover. So, over here on this block is most accountable marketing. Is it most accountable marketing or advertising? Let's clarify that.
We are breaking down the most accountable form of advertising.
Accountable form of advertising. I'm just gonna reduce that a bit. Most accountable form of advertising, since they are not. Is this even in the middle? Let's make sure it's in the middle. In the middle, okay. Yeah, that is in the middle. So since both of them are not appearing on the screen at the same time, just click on that. That will come first, and then this will come second. So you kind of reduce that. You click and you're able to see the timings. You just reduce that so that they don't show at the same time.
We are breaking down the most accountable form of advertising ever.
Just going to increase that. So that's this progression.
We are breaking down the most accountable form of advertising ever created. Direct.
So we're going to increase a bit, and then here should be the title, direct. It's called what? Direct marketing, and there has to be some drama there. Direct marketing. I'm also excited for, I think this is one of my best episodes ever, episode 11. I had a lot of fun because I was giving a lot of practical. And then we're also going to reduce this. When you click, you can see the timing and reduce that. We're not trying too much.
Direct response marketing.
Direct response marketing. Okay. Direct response. Direct response marketing.
Response marketing. Learn how Ogilvy.
I have a type of direct response. Just one response like that. Oh my god, I'm gonna appear very. Okay. To the S. What did I write? Let's see. Yeah. Direct response marketing.
Vivi and Martha used direct mail to sell everything from 25-cent flower seeds to 700.
At that point, I'm ready to introduce the cover for it. I'm going to remove that. Chris. I normally just make sure that the next visual is properly aligned. So we're gonna keep moving things, but I'm sure by the end I'm going to end up with either 12 or 11.
And Martha used direct mail to sell everything from 25-cent flower seeds to $750,000 jets, and what Kenyan businesses can do with that same principle today. Whether you're selling peanut butter in Nairobi, running an SME cafe, or scaling an East African brand, direct response is the playbook that shows you exactly how to turn ads into sales. This is the episode where theory meets proof and where your shilling in marketing finally has to just.
So over here, I'm gonna go back to this block. I'm gonna need some drama. So for the elements, I'm either going to search if I can find anything on direct marketing. I'm gonna check if I can find anything on direct marketing. The graphics is so bad. If you find nothing that really ties into that, they look a bit comic for me. And if you pick one style, you have to keep at it the whole video. Okay, I'm not going to put anything. We're just going to enhance that with words, with the sound. So it's just like a beat. Maybe enhance it with this percussion. So as you're saying, the most important title.
Created direct response marketing. Learn how.
That's too low. It's too. Just that. So when you click on here, if you want the volume of it to be a bit high, let me increase that so that it's playing in the background, it's going to be visible. I mean audible. Sorry. I'm gonna try and drag it.
Marketing. Learn how Ogilvy and Martha used direct mail to sell every.
So this one, I need to change it. I'm going to unlock that. At this point, I had already created some flyers for the whole thing. And it's actually simple. It was just the image of So the flyers are basically very, very simple. Just a mock-up and a mock-up of the book and the image. Quite simple. So how is everybody doing, by the way? I don't know why the internet is a bit slow. Okay, there we go. So I want to find episode 11. I think it's this one. And also that is the shortcuts. Once you've already created flyers for your podcast, it's actually very easy to create the promo ads, because the main thing is to try and get them to align as much as possible. You want to have like a standard visual so that people are able to remember, or rather they look like a set together. So this is what the title is. It's quite big. I'm gonna leave some space up top if we need to, because I'm sure we're gonna need to add some words as the voiceover is going on to make it a little bit more interactive and not boring. Um, so yeah.
Sylvia and Martha used direct mail to sell everything from 25-cent flower seeds to
So we're gonna get direct mail. And make it vintage because we're talking about okay, so we are gonna use that as sort of the backdrop for for the statement, like the shocker statement. Trying to see which one has to appear like a proper mail, like this one. Or what we can do is, does it blend really? Just let it keep the mail color. This is where we talk about that.
Martha used direct mail to
So push it next to that.
To sell everything from 25-cent flower seeds to
So now we are going to start building on the information that we are putting directly into the mail. So we're just going to add some texts. This one is fine. So I'm saying 25 cents. Increase it here. Just write 25 cents. The most important thing here is just the words. We don't even need to. I'm gonna change that all through this series. I've been using new, some, playful. So that is in the middle, and I'm just gonna change it into the brand colors. I think this is centered. We're gonna center it properly. Just like that. Okay, 25 cents. That's where the impact statement is.
direct mail to sell everything from 25-cent flower seeds to 700 and
I'm going to use that because we don't want it to stay until the end, and then we're going to click on it and duplicate it, and then at the point where the 25-cent ends is where the next impact statement begins. So we're going to just drag it until it matches the end there, so that they shift concurrently. So we're going to give it space so that they don't overlap, and it automatically goes down.
Cent flower seeds to 750.
So it's dollars. Do you write the dollar signs before or after? I don't know, but again, this is not an English lesson. So 750,000 dollars, like that. Okay, so that's where the impact statement is. And I hope you're seeing you don't have to, and this is something that I've seen, you don't have to overload the viewer with like a lot of transitions and like animations. Sometimes that subtle change is still still committed.
To sell everything from 25-cent flower seeds to $750,000 jets, and what Kenyan businesses can do.
So we're going to reduce the mail up to there. And then we're going to animate it because it needs to enter with pomp and colors. So that's boring. That would drift. We need for it to either baseline or blur is too simple. We need for it to make an impact. Exactly. Tumble is totally fine. We're just putting it on. Let's have it both. Let's see the intensity. Exactly. That's totally okay. So we have animated
mail to sell everything from 25-cent flower seeds to $750,000 jets, and what Kenyan businesses can do.
So we need something to represent Kenyan businesses as we transition. So I normally just type something as simple as that and then see what Canva is gonna give me. So what is gonna be the symbol of Kenyan businesses? I think photos we might get something. We still have our old currency. 500 shillings doesn't look like that anymore. Blank as hell. Let's see in graphics we have anything. There's nothing, we just I think this one is good enough. Kind of exactly where that thing, where the mail was, and we're gonna reduce the timing because it doesn't show up at the beginning of the. We're just gonna animate it for drama. Animate it for drama. I think like yeah, need to animate that on this slide. Old TV or a chroma wave. Shifting. No, I like the old TV. Actually, the review is better. Digital. Let's see how digital looks. Sorry, ink. I didn't see anything. I think let's put sketch. However that looks, just on enter.
And what Kenyan businesses can do with that same principle today, whether you're selling peanut.
So the elements, we are gonna find a video of just a small scale business owner. It could be a female or male. Korean business owner. I'll put it there. What does this guy do? Not this one. Okay, we can shift the videos. So we're gonna start with her. 20 seconds, quite a lot, and it was 9, so we're gonna give her 4 seconds and give the other guy 4 seconds. I'll give them 3. This one. Place it up here and then duplicate. Duplicate the page so that we have both here and here, and it doesn't have to be them showing their peanut butter business. That was a chick. Okay, we can use this guy. Nah, he looks. Plus, Kenya is a diverse. Can use them too. Kenya is a diverse business landscape. We have nationals from literally anywhere in the world: Asians, Europeans, people from America, everywhere.
Principle today. Whether you're selling peanut butter in Nairobi, running an SME cafe, or scaling an East African brand, direct response is the playbook that shows you exactly how to turn ads into sales. This is
exactly how to turn ads into sales. I'm gonna just remove all this. That's why having like a template is very important for to quickly edit. Now we're going to clean up this video. I'm just gonna try to fit the whole thing. Just click on it and replace the background. So some people are gonna be cut off. Oh my god, even the business owner herself, I cannot see her, so we're gonna just delete that video. I don't have time to stretch and stretch. Let's pick you. You seem like you're ready. Set video's background. It should be in the middle. Okay, that's totally fine. She had 3 seconds. 3 seconds or more. She's actually the best for this one. I'm gonna increase her. Otherwise, we could have done somebody in the cafe and what have you, but it really doesn't matter.
same principle today. Whether you're selling peanut butter in Nairobi, running an SME cafe, or scaling an East African brand, direct response is the playbook that shows you exactly how to turn ads into sales. This is the episode where theory meets proof and where your shilling in marketing finally has to justify itself.
So, before we get there, over here we're not using any ads, so it's just videos. What I might maybe do is continue the logo. As you can see, I didn't even use the podcast as my logo. I'm just using, since it's courtesy of VP Creations, this is the time where I shamelessly plug myself. VP Creations, we curate ads for small businesses and run the campaigns on social media for you. I'll be lying if I say at an affordable fee, but at a reasonable price, that is. So I'll go to the elements. We need some blur. You can check on this blur, just kind of like it behaves like what is it called? To sort of contain the video, so it doesn't look like it's hanging. I hope that makes sense. It sort of like contains the video. It doesn't seem like it's hanging. So let's do that. The color, you can edit it. You can edit. My computer is a bit slow because I'm also recording a video, so you're seeing all this in real time. I'm just gonna take the custom. I can't remember my color code, so I hope it's that. Okay. So we do the same thing to the other one. I'm just going to stretch the video to replace the background. I hope they're gonna be visible. Place it there. And then we're going to take the same home page and sort of copy. I hope you're seeing how after mapping out, it's just easy to now replace everything there. And then we are going to now go into more words on this other one. Exactly how to add into sales. That's the next thing that I say.
Proof and where your shilling in marketing finally has to justify itself. Listen to episode 11.
So over here, I'm just going to use another media video. So it could be someone playing with money. Money. So I think a video would be really good. Or even how she looks. Actually, I needed something more comic, something more. And then for her, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use her because she looks more eye-catching. Eye-catching in terms of there's at least there's some sort of uniqueness happening here. This was like 5 seconds, so we're gonna try as much as possible to put that.
Proof and where your shilling in marketing finally has to justify itself. Listen to episode 11 of
Fine.
Listen to episode 11 of AdLabs to understand how.
So we're gonna put episode 11 here. Change that. Episode 11. How do I say episode 11?
Listen to episode 11 of AdLab.
Just drag that. Sort of appears immediately. Okay, it's fine.
Itself. Listen to episode 11 of AdLabs to understand how impactful direct response marketing is.
So right now we're just going to change the cover. So funny. These are just articles, by the way. They're not book covers, but whatever. I could have done a magazine page. I don't know. This also works. It's also totally fine. And this is when I talk about that. What the topic is. So this is when I use that. If I continue, I'm gonna need to add the logo on this and also it's like trimming. Do people call trimming? Do you guys who make clothes call that part that ties down the whole fabric together? Is it finishing? So could this now be like a finishing for the video itself? I want to press that, and then I want to watch the whole thing from start to see if the timeline is split.
Episode 11 of Digital AdLab is live, and this time we are breaking down the most accountable form of advertising ever created: direct response marketing. Learn how Ogilvy and Martha used direct mail to sell everything from 25-cent flower seeds to $750,000 jets, and what Kenyan businesses can do with that same principle today. Whether you're selling peanut butter in Nairobi, running an SME cafe, or scaling an East African brand, direct response is the playbook that shows you exactly how to turn ads into sales. This is the episode where theory meets proof and where your shilling in marketing finally has to justify itself. Listen to episode 11 of AdLabs to understand how impactful direct response marketing is.
Okay, we're almost about done. I just want to tie in that, push that over there a bit, because when it comes out, so
Understand how impactful direct response marketing is.
it's totally fine.
Episode
Now, what we are going to do now is, I'm satisfied with the all the blocks. It has everything that I need. I'm okay with the soundtrack and I'm okay with the voiceover. The only thing that I now want to add is what we call I call them percussions. I don't know what you guys call them. Just to add some interest, some listening interest, so that it's not flat. I would want to add that over here for money. I'm just going to get a sound for money. And I'm so literal. I just normally write something like kaching. And hopefully somebody somewhere worked hard and created an audio for that. Okay, that's not bad. Just put that there. Where did it go? Let's see. Always put your cursor where you want that to go. For 1 second, we're gonna hear that catching.
proof and where your shilling in marketing finally has to justify itself. Listen to episode 11 of AdLabs to understand how impactful direct response marketing is.
And then I'm gonna find a sound click to like signify the end of the you can see how there's actually a lot, and I'm using the pro version. So that don't like that. We're gonna take some time. Actually, what I came to learn that takes a lot of time is figuring out your jingle. Actually, that can work. Just a couple seconds. Don't replace that. Slowly put it at the end.
Response marketing is.
Too loud, so we're gonna reduce that to maybe 30. So on the audio, you can always change that. And if you feel like also your VO over here, it's a bit not loud enough for your liking, you can also always change it. You can put it at 150. As you can see, the waves of the sound increase. That means it's just going to be louder. Yeah. And also, I've also seen that people have, what is it called? And if you increase this sound here, then you're going to have to increase this one. Then the soundtrack is going to be a bit silent. So let's play and hear.
Breaking down the most accountable form of advertising ever created, direct response marketing. Learn how Ogilvy and Martha used direct.
I'm just going to increase it a bit. 32, maybe like 12 is fine. Always make sure that this soundtrack is not overpowering your voiceover, because then again people won't be able to hear what you're saying. They're not here for the soundtrack, but here to understand exactly what you're selling. So with that, I think that's everything that I need. I'm gonna play one more time and then
Episode 11 of Digital AdLab is live, and this time we are breaking down the most accountable form of advertising ever created, direct response marketing. Learn how Ogilvy and Martha used direct mail to sell everything from 25-cent flower seeds to $750,000 jets, and what Kenyan businesses can do with that same principle today. Whether you're selling peanut butter in Nairobi, running an SME cafe, or scaling an East African brand, direct response is the playbook that shows you exactly how to turn ads into sales. This is the episode where theory meets proof and where your shilling in marketing finally has to justify itself. Listen to episode 11 of AdLabs to understand how impactful direct response marketing is.
Okay, so let's export it. Just press share. Then download. So I want 4K. The pages are 12. You want to download everything, so download that. It's a bit slow because recording at the same time, working on these items, quite slow it down. Anyway, as it's rendering, this has been such a pleasure to do the tutorial here. I might decide to do other tutorials from Canva, because Canva, by the way, it's really, really good. They have updated a couple of things. Right now you have more animation settings to play with. Also, it's smoother. I remember I started using Canva like in 20. My goodness. I think the company has existed since 2016, 2017, or 2018. I'm not sure. But I've used Canva for the longest time. I think the tips that I can tell you is always make sure that you have completely mapped out exactly how you want to put things together, especially when you're editing very, very fast, and then do it in phases. So prepare your script, record your script, then export your script to Canva, and then using your script, now you can use that to guide the visuals. And I think the other people who work backwards is they have the content and then they figure out the words after. But it's simpler if you create the script first, record it, and then add visuals to it, in terms of when you're creating an AdLab promo ad. Okay, so let me wrap up the tutorial because it's going to take some time to download, and it's very simple with the tutorial. So bye guys.